All right, we're recording.
Oh, look at that guy.
Sorry, I'm very new at this too. We're just trying to start out, but we're just trying to, everyone's locked in right now, so we're just trying to put out as much content or, interviews or anything that we can just to have,
Yes, sir.
people have something to listen to.
Yeah, thanks for doing that. People need stuff, like it's different than right now.
It's very different. How's it been? Are you in what part of you're in California, but what part?
Yeah, I'm in Long Beach right now.
Long Beach? How's
Yeah,
it over there? Are you guys on lockdown?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, people go outside and stuff. You can see some people, but it's very quiet. Like people's not doing much. I'm
Yeah.
staying away for a bit. I cannot take more chances. I have a very low immune system for like a couple of years.
How come?
So I don't know. Since my back surgery, I've been having like this situations. I mean, getting sick very often, and the doctors checked me and they said, like, well, your immune system is really low. Like I wake up in the morning like crazy nosebleeds and weird shit that I never had in my life. So
Yeah.
I've been taking all these vitamins and shit to keep it, to keep my immune higher.
Hmm.
So I mean, I had to. It sucks. No, I want to be outside, and like since the beginning of it, I was like, "Oops, I guess I have to take this serious right away."
Yeah.
So anyway, but it's been alright. Just holding tight,
That's
keep the
crazy.
staying
My
high on faith.
yeah. My back's like the best it's been, but I was in a similar situation. I didn't have surgery, but they were discussing surgery with me.
Oh,
But yeah, I
what's
mean, I
the
had
pain?
times where I was like crawling to my car to go see a doctor. Like
Yeah. What
couldn't
is the lower back?
lower back. Yeah, the
Lower back.
and I forgot the very bottom. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't remember the name of it. It starts with an
yeah,
S.
yeah. The bottom ones are like really gnarly. Well, they all gnarly. I mean, how long has this been happening to you?
The first time I initially like completely blew my back out was probably 2015.
Yeah,
And then it hasn't been the
that's good.
same since. The first one
Yeah,
like really fucked me up, and then
yeah,
right now is the best it's been, but I'll go through like I could sneeze wrong and I'll just like I won't walk for 3 months kind of thing.
yeah. Well, man, yeah, that those things are really like they're really they're really tricky. They get serious. What I recommend you is to get an MRI if you can, because that's the best answer. Because like if you get a CT scan or X-rays and stuff like that, you go to different doctors. They're all gonna try to sell you a different thing and blah blah. So first thing will be MRI, and just have more than one opinion of a doctor. Just
Mhm.
go more than one professional,
Yeah.
and also work on your core. Work on your core a lot, like a lot of like
Yeah.
abs,
Lower
like
back is all
plank.
for.
Yeah, learn how to use your core and learn how to like even yoga and stuff like that, and learn how to like stabilize and make sure your hips are straight. And it's a lot of responsibility. It's pretty wild. Yeah, just hold on tight, man. Just do what you can, man. Best thing, MRI, like I said, and just work on your core.
Yeah.
Work on
Did
your
they
core.
fuse your back together then?
What's that?
Did they fuse your spine together and
No,
send?
I said, no, they wanted to fuse it. I said no. Well, they wanted to do so many different things because I went to like so many doctors, and everybody have a different theory about my back. And I just keep finding information and just like trying to learn how to listen to my body. But I did it for way too many years until just things just got really, 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 really bad.
Yeah.
And I just decided to do the most basic one. The basic, it was like cutting some bulging disc, and so they released the pressure of the sciatica nerve. They have nerve damage on my sciatica for too long, and they did the most basic one. It was like out for 6 months, a little bit more, and just being responsible with like core exercise, stretch, and try to be on top of it, like best I can.
Yeah.
And it's just a responsibility. You just gotta be very responsible about it. But it, if like I said to you, man, like if the things are getting really bad, just try to get an MRI. You will have the best answer, and work on your core. And the thing with skating is that we use our core a lot. We don't realize it all this year. We just hacking it, and we are just realizing that we're using all the wrong muscles on our backs, and it's like we're using our mechanics kind of wrong, not wrong, but we just, it's just really hard to understand everything with your body and whatever. So it gets to the moment we just like we run the shit to the maximum, and the body's like, all right, here you go. So if we learn how to be responsible at the beginning with like how to use our muscles and be like kind of responsible, because skating is really hard on the body, but if we take responsibility early or late, it doesn't matter, and it's never too late. But as long as we take responsibility of it, the whole thing start making sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you feel better now after the surgery? Like,
yeah, it's been a process, but I feel a lot better. I feel
Yeah.
a lot better. I went through I went through some gnarly times, like crazy things in my life, like. But it's like now it's a lot better. It's still there, but
Yeah.
I just had to be on top of it, like be very responsible with my back. Like sit down straight and stretch and like learning how to skate properly and not get too excited and try to be like, all right, let's time to hug, and I just be responsible. Just make a relationship with your body. You learn how to you listen at your body,
Yeah.
and you just take it from there, and don't think. The hardest part of the thing is the mental one, when it's like, you get all depressed. Oh man, I used to do this. I used to be able to hug that. But, the reality is that you have to ask yourself why you're doing this, because you like it, you enjoy it. So bring it back down to basics and enjoy the purest, simple way of skating and work your way. But if you come back and it's gonna feel like shit, your body's gonna feel feeling shit. But so if you use that as an excuse to like not even skating because you cannot do X Y Z that you used to do, you're doing it worse for you, because that affects your mind. So you just gotta be very gentle with your relationship with skating. Just take it really easy
Yeah.
and listen
I
to
was
your
just going
body.
to ask you how your mental state was during all this, because I can only imagine when you rely
Yeah,
on something as powerful as skating, and then all of a sudden it's taken
yeah.
away from you, and you physically can't do anything about it. How'd that play out?
Um, yeah. I mean, I took it. The thing is like, I use my mind for the last like maybe 15, 17, probably more, man. Like, I don't know, maybe the last 20 years with my back. I always use my mind. I'll be like connect my mind with my body and be able to be like, I'll be okay. Just keep pushing it, keep figuring it out. You figure it out, you'll be all right. Don't listen too much. Like don't get stuck in the mental state, in the state of mind of suffering. You don't listen too much of the pain. Do something about it. Just keep skating until my body was like, nope, I'm stronger than your mind.
Mhm.
So when I went through this process of accepting surgery and be away from skating, something I never done in 27 years or more. I never take longer vacations and not be skating. Like it's
Yeah.
my first time ever. So when I knew that it was gonna be like that, I just get myself in a state of mind of like, okay, like enjoy the process, enjoy, like take advantage of the process, and just be very genuine with it. Be very, very, like very serious about it with your body, and just listen to your body and just enjoy the ride. And when it was just a process of responsibility with a relationship with my body. And when I started skating, it was like I just took it like my first time skating. You start like I always been very into like enjoying skating. I never been about like, all right, fuck it, let's fucking jump all crazy and send them. Never been like that, because like I said, I always have back problems since I'm a little kid.
Mhm.
Like so when I came back from skating after surgery, I just took it even more deeply into like learning how to use my momentum of my body, and I try to be very settled and like play with like my pivot points on my feet, and learning how to use like my stance and my alignment of my body on top of my skates and
Mhm.
all this weird shit. When I was a kid, I used to do the same thing. I just go to a spot and just like, all right, learn how to like push around gently and like land, jump in and out of tricks gently. So now when, I did the same thing, but a little bit more deeply, because I knew I had more information now that I was like this. So just learning how to use my core, contract my abs before I jump, learn how to use my legs and my core when I land, when I pump, when I, all these little things.
Mhm.
So now it's big, and I like it. I still do it. Like I'm just all about the feeling of my body connecting, like the
Yeah.
feeling.
Was there
So
an initial moment when you were a kid that hurt your back? Like, was it an exact like incident, or have you just always kind of had chronic back pain?
it always been there because I born with something like strange on my lower back,
Yeah.
and it comes from the hips. I have hips problems. I'm like, I don't know. It's been like my legs are weird since I'm a little kid, and
Mm-hmm.
that affect my spine and some stuff that didn't weird stuff anyway. Yeah, so I've always been there, but it builds up. Obviously, getting older and all the years just jumping to the point when like 4, 5 bulging discs on my spine and like the whole neck, blah blah, and the sciatica and things just build up, you know. So it is a process. I learned how to deal with the pain, but to the body one day was like, all right, you're not going out of bed. You are done. Like
Yeah.
you cannot put your clothes on today. And I'd had it before, but this time was like, I remember that day we were filming the last day before announcing the damn good skates.
Mm-hmm.
We were in LA, and in the middle of the session was skating. I was like, I have to go. So I left. I drive 2 hours and a half back to Tehachapi to the desert, and I took my everything off, and I lay on bed, and that was it. I couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah.
Like I was like crawling, like I
I
was
get the
like,
feeling. It's tough. It's hard.
yeah,
People have
and
no
like,
idea how important your back is until
oh
it goes
god,
out. Once it goes out, it's done. You can't do anything about it.
yeah,
It's
and then
done.
when it started getting mixed with like nerve problems, because I had nerve damage down my leg,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I was like, okay, I'll be okay, and then it got okay. Like I had 2 epidural injections, and the second one, when they put the second one, my right leg started jumping and moving around by itself. And
Holy.
the doctor was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm not doing anything. What are you doing? Why my leg doesn't want to stop?" And he pulled the fucking thing off, put the injection off, and I started getting this burning sensation down from my belly down to my leg, this burning fire. He said, "You'll be okay. It's just a reaction." Next day, I was puking my brains. I
Holy.
didn't feel good, and they was like, "Don't worry, it's a reaction." I said, "No, it's not a fucking reaction. This is my second one. The first one wasn't like this."
Yeah.
No, you'll be okay, blah blah. Hell no. Like since then, I never had such a gnarly sciatic nerve problem, and I hold that one for a few years, and I had nerve damage,
Damn.
and nerve problems are like, man, like you can do any sort of meditation, like you can go on the gnarliest trip, like
Mm-hmm.
sitting down and dealing with pain, and like I don't know, you can have high tolerance of pain, but it's gonna be like when it comes to nerves, I'm like, this is like out of this world, like,
Yeah.
like so yeah, that's when I got surgery. That's when I was all right, surgery, let's get in there. So anyway, I went in a fucking trip talking here. Sorry.
No, you're good. While you're talking, I'm over here. I have notes here
Oh yeah. Oh god.
of different random questions, just like generic questions for everyone I'll be able to interview. But then this is specifically for you. It's
All
actually
right.
only like 4 questions, but they're just I wrote them out like completely. Or else
Shit.
I have a really
Let's.
bad memory,
Oh
so if I
god
don't write
damn.
it down all completely as I'm thinking about it, it's gone within
It's going
seconds.
good that you created the habit of writing it. That's
Say
good.
again?
I'm glad that you have the habit of like writing things. Like
Yeah,
because when
I have to have notebooks on me now, or else I forget. So
good.
let me ask you something real quick. I'm gonna read it
Yeah.
right off the sheet if that's okay.
Let's drop it in. Let's get it.
Okay, let's get it. So, all right, so you mentioned, so I rewatched your Jump Street yesterday,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Just to make sure I wasn't going to ask anything redundant. So you mentioned on Jump Street that you started on quads in Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that
Quads,
skating? Say again.
skateboard, BMX. I was a
All
little
of it.
kid.
Yeah.
I was the kid that's a skateboard. Like,
So would you say that skating helped with your transition and move to the U.S. and finding a sense of community here?
oh my god, repeat that question again. I'm so sorry.
So growing up in Puerto Rico
Uh-huh.
at the skate park, would
Yes.
you say that having that experience growing up at the skate park helped you with your transition and within moving to the United States and help you like find a sense of community here on foreign land?
Yeah. I mean, I've been visiting like America since like 95, 95, 96. So I slowly have like friends, like different generation of rollerblading friends, you know.
Yeah.
So
So you
like
had a base
move
here.
kinda, yeah. I know people I moved to America a couple of times, you know, like then go back and forth. Then I moved here the last time that I was out. I'm doing this. I'm maybe it was like 17 years ago, 16 years ago, probably. And I moved here with $35 on my pocket. I was working. I first came in the summer. I spent 2 weeks at Woodward West, and I was working there with Richie. Then so yeah, I worked over there, and then I moved back to Puerto Rico, and I, we did a bunch of stuff over there. And I was okay. Now is my time to move to America. You know, I really want to chase like be able to be like there for rollerblading. I didn't move here to like, all right, let me be a fucking pro. That's not anything like that. I was like, I want to move here because I want to like those days where like the AIL still happening, like bunch of like certain things. I really want to be part of the like the industry. Like I saw when I came here, I saw how things were kind of really declining,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, and back in those times, I was already like have everything set up in Puerto Rico with the skate park. The skate park is happening. Like the culture there is still good. Everything was good. So I was like, all right, now it's time to move to America because I really like. I feel like there's the there's something declining. Like
Yes.
uh, and I want to be part of this shit. I don't want to see this shit die. Like,
I mean, I'm in the
so I'm,
same. I'm in the same boat. I mean, the starting transit
yeah,
with
good.
Corey is I mean, most importantly is I just want to be able to help people
Yeah.
talk about things that are normally hard to talk about. But
Hmm.
if I didn't, if I said that I didn't want to also do it because I wanted to be part of the industry, I'd be lying. Like right now, I'm just some guy that lives in Salt Lake City that loves skating. But
Hmm.
I've always wanted to be some guy in Salt Lake City that loves skating that other people can reach out to or
Yeah, good.
need help and whatever else. So this is like my little slice of it took me, I'm 33 now, so it took me this long to figure out how I could do it. But now that I'm doing it, I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, it's never too late, and as long as there is a good intentions of like those things about nurturing a culture, it is gonna work out, and it's gonna be a good thing, you know. And
Yeah.
especially with somebody that's been skating, that know what it is to be a skater. That's the main thing. Like when you live and die for this shit for years, like, and you do something like that, you know what you're doing. You
Yeah.
feel crazy, but you know, like, and listening to and it's all about nurturing, and then like you got good intentions, it's gonna work out, you know.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, but you know, I'm glad you're doing. Thanks for doing that. I think it's sick.
I mean, I mean, everyone says this, but skating gave me so much. It's the least I could do is try to give a little bit back.
Yeah, that's what it's really all about, man. Like, and we always like this is the thing with a lot of, uh, with a lot of. This is what I see a lot through the last 20 plus years that we rely us as bladers. We always rely on the miracle.
Mm-hmm.
What's gonna be the next thing that is gonna make rollerblading big? Like the whole shit. Like we always think that. I'm like always like, what in the fuck are we thinking like that? Why? It's not the miracle is not to somebody or something out there. It's up to us and only fucking us to believe in this shit and make it work. You know,
I
if we
think
sit down
skating's
waiting for
kind
the
of been the
miracle,
best it's been.
it is. Why? Because people like you are taking initiative, and people, everybody's like respecting, and they're like, all right, let's take it to the fucking top and do it, you know. But if we sit down just to wait for the miracle and talk shit about, this is whack, this is lame, we just naturally, organically, like, believe it and love it, it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna go somewhere, you know. And like,
I agree.
you know, keeping the essence of it and be smart about it. And we have so many generations of like good and bad things, so we have a big school to look at it and be like, all right, this happened before. Let's make sure these
Yeah.
things don't happen again. You know, so it's like, yeah, this is the best times of rollerblading right now. These are the times to actually really give power to the foundation of the whole thing. You
Yeah.
know, this is what I love. I don't know. That's one of the main reasons I moved here.
That's good. Do you
Yeah.
feel like do you feel like your passion with skating changes with age?
No, I think I'm still playing this like a kid. Like it's
Yeah,
the same, you know. More passion is more gnarly now. Like
totally.
it is like, oh my god, like yeah, it's always been the same essence. It's like I really love how beneficial it is for my heart and soul. This has always been like that. It's always been the escape of crazy shit. It's been skating. Skating is so helpful. It's always been the goal. And the passion for like the whole culture is something that it goes hand in hand, because I know how good it did for me, and I know how good it would do for a lot of kids out there and people and everything. Like the whole thing is like a beautiful option. Yeah,
Yeah,
my passion doesn't change. I think it's gnarlier. It's like
stronger and stronger.
yeah. I was watching the other day the Tiger, the King Tiger, whatever, the show in
Yeah,
Netflix, and I was like, wow, these people is crazy about tigers. And I paused in my mind, and I was like, oh shit, I am like that with skating. But
yeah.
I fuck it.
Rollerblades is the tiger.
Anyhow,
Do you have any like insecurities within your own skating, and do you like cope with it with any certain way?
what do you mean? Repeat that
Like, is there
question
any
again.
part of skating in your specific realm, so your bubble?
Uh
So
huh.
like for me, for instance, I struggle with the fact that um, I'm getting older. My body doesn't want to react the same as it does.
Uh huh.
And I feel like this pressure of like, I need to skate as much as I can before I physically can't. But I also know that I can realistically skate as long as I want to. But at a certain point, I clearly won't be able to take the risks that I used to be able to take 10 years ago. So that's
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of my insecurity. And the way I cope with it is just by going on small sessions and skating a P rail, and like,
yeah,
maybe you go to a handrail, you can only do X amount of tricks because you don't allow yourself to do any more. Like I cut out certain tricks.
yeah,
Where I
yeah,
can
yeah,
go to a P rail and still enjoy the same aspect, it's not as dangerous. So that's kind of how I'd cope with it versus an insecurity.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, for me, I don't know. Like, yeah, of course, like, things change definitely. Like, I be more cautious and whatever. But like, I always took skating. It's never been like, yeah, I did have my times of trying to like trying trying to be like pro skater or something like that. But very early in my life, I decided that it is not about that, you know. So like I was being, I think looking back now, I've been always very cautious about like the reasons why I'm doing it, and I also have my pre-existing situations with my back and all this shit. So I always took skating as a very thing that is all about this feeling, you know. So
Yeah.
I keep it there. I never, like, now that I'm getting older, so I just like I do that the same thing in a different spectrum. But I don't, I get on moments when I'm like, man, fuck, I remember when I used to fucking like flat spin in the middle of a line and the mini rampers, and it was just like come like nothing, or like I used to like fucking spin these stairs and like, oh, and yeah, they're there. But so I'm so connected with the feeling of skating that like I see a lot of people like, oh, you know, like fit like power blading, just go skating around, it's really healthy. And I said, yeah, that's cool, that's awesome. But my form of that is just like going in a bowl or going in a minute, I mean, just cruise around without hucking it, you know. Like, I mean, like, just
We
like,
don't have we don't have one good mini ramp in Salt Lake. Every time I watch
oh
your
yeah,
videos, I get so sad that there's
no,
no
oh
good
man,
ramp. But actually, as of like 2 days ago, we're barred from skating skate parks now here.
yeah, sure, yeah, it's gonna be. But yeah, I can do that in a ledge too. I do the same. I didn't grow up on ramps, you know. I grew up like
Yeah,
when I do the same, I still go street skating. My friends are out there in the corner doing like fucking gnarly ass.
yeah. No, there's definitely still street skating. And
Yeah,
there's
yeah, and I still street
skate
skating, and
rails, all sorts of stuff.
yeah, and I just like find a ledge, find something. I still do my same skating, and just cruising around, do lines, and just nice little soul grind here. I just go get trapped in that moment of it. I get on a state of mind. My approach to skating is like some sort of level of meditation. So I
Hmm.
just go skating and just like try to like plug out and just like enjoy the feelings of everything, and just body expressions, motions, and skating. So yeah, like Yeah.
I hear
Well,
that.
did I answer the question? I'm gone.
I think you did. I mean, that's the whole point of this is conversational. It doesn't,
Yeah,
there doesn't have
yeah,
to be
yeah,
a question.
yeah.
So
It's hard sometimes, but yeah,
let me
yeah. I'm
go.
still of it.
I'm gonna go again off the list. So first of all, how's Caminos going? Are you still working
Yeah,
on it?
I still got it there. I took a pause because uh some stuff happening. Some stuff happened that yeah, like it was very disappointing. But I understand that things happen, so I took a pause on it.
Mhm.
And I still trying to after this madness. I still have some patches and stuff like that, and I really want to get connected with like the kids of like the like Blading Cup and Winter Clash. That's my goal, pretty much, to be able to work together with that. To make sure like Caminos always have something for that category.
Yeah.
And the whole goal, the whole thing, like before was like finding kids somewhere and shipping stuff. I did ship some stuff to Japan and stuff like that, and I help some kids in the streets, and I still have like in the back of my truck I recycle skates, so I give skates all the time when
That's
I see
great.
kids. Yeah,
That's
I'm
amazing.
always, you open my trunk, it's full of fucking skates. I can fucking cycle.
Everywhere.
So I always throw skate around. I also have a bunch of skate at Woodward too. So like the mission is always there. I'm not being able to take the next step because certain things, but still there. Still, the idea is still there, and I think it always should be there.
Were you
And
able to raise any money with the shirt collaboration you did?
the which shirt?
Uh, the only one I'm familiar with is the Blader Gang shirt.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that. I still I'm still waiting for that money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I know Braynin can have a lot of projects and stuff, so I don't want to interrupt them too much with like that stuff. But hopefully soon I will have an answer and get stoked again.
Okay.
Get stoked on that
Um,
thing. And
the
I
reason
still
I'm
have
asking
patches.
is,
I'm
sorry,
sorry.
go ahead.
I still have the patches and stuff, so I will continue moving on with it
Okay.
slowly, hopefully soon. But hopefully that part of that T-shirt and the jacket, hopefully I see that soon.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So I was asking that because so all the transit stuff, all of this that we make, it's all in my downstairs basement is an entire printing facility.
Mm-hmm.
So I do
Awesome,
everything
amazing.
here in house. Nothing goes
Oh
out.
wow.
So I wanted to offer my services too to see if you wanted to create another shirt that we could sell on the transit site for you, or a jacket or a hood.
Dude, that would be amazing because I would love right now to raise money to have a great package for the kid that win the Blading Cup. My goal lately has been, I would love to have in the future being able to, the kid that win the Blading Cup, we will be us being able to fly the parent and the kid to the Winter Clash. And the kid that win in the Winter Clash over there in that category, I wanna raise money for that kid and their parent to come to Blading Cup. So it'll
Yeah,
be like, I mean, that's always
that'd be
that's the
amazing.
goal lately, because I see the potential how kids get connected with the competition stuff. It's the easiest way to like see the sport, understand, and get into it. So we always be really cool to like. I always find cool if I'm able to. I'm talking about a lot of money here, but
No, I
not a
mean you
lot,
got to
but
start somewhere.
but it's
But I'd gladly.
possible.
I think um, Brando has designed all the current stuff for transit as far as the logos and look goes, but we're also in talks with uh, Eric Bailey right now about designing a couple of shirts.
Oh God, hell yeah,
He tattoos and everything, so doing something of that style. So I'd love to be able to, off screen
dude.
talk to you more
Let's
about getting a design going. But I had something else I wanted to show you too.
let's do it. Let's do it, and it'll be really sick. And if we
Oh,
can
it'll
raise
be
that
really cool.
money, that money that we raise will be for the kid
Yeah.
in Blading Cup.
So I wanted to show you
I mean,
something else. So when I was listening to your last Jump Street, I was also listening to kind of what you were talking about with Caminos and what
mm-hmm.
you want to be able to do for kids or with yourself, or even just, it could go towards a kid or it could go towards you promoting Caminos more. But so I just got a new video camera for me. a new film camera, but
Oh, sick.
I had another. It's still worth like $500 on eBay, but I wanted to give you this, and
Oh,
it's full HD, full 4K. It's just a very small package. You just put a handle on it. You
yeah.
can get a grip for it, put the fisheye on, but it's a Canon HFG10. And I wanted to give it to you, and I'll mail it out to you this week. And either
Oh,
you can
hell
use
yeah.
it to promote your own Caminos project stuff and film for yourself, or you can do whatever you want.
Dude, yes. I
This is the
think
same
that's.
camera that Ricardo Lino used to live stream Winter Clash last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh,
So I have it sitting around. I got a new one for myself, so it's
dude.
been sitting. So I have this camera. I have 2 batteries and a charger. I'd like to send it out to you.
Dude, that's really, thank you. I really appreciate that shit. A lot of things come to my mind right away. I say, should I give this to a kid? Should I do this? It would be really cool to film like classes, to teach kids how to do certain tricks or whatever with that camera. Very nice, or live or something.
I
I
personally
don't
think
know. I don't know.
you
Give
can
me a.
raise money through the shirt for another camera for a kid. I think if I were you, I would use this to be able to film yourself and reach more kids initially at once.
Let's do it. I like that.
That's the way I would do it. So maybe we can do something with this. I'll send you this. We'll get a shirt going for you. We can do. I mean, I have the ability to print shirts, jackets, shorts,
Yes.
hats. Anything. So I wanted to offer my help too. I know Tori. I talked to Tori. He's completely into the idea of as well. But even when we talk about transit, it's a to promote mental health, but B, another thing I wanted transit to be, since we have all the printing facility here, since we can kind of print a variety of things, and most importantly, since we have the ability to purchase from wholesalers where, some companies, they'll sell to you, but only in quantities of 100,
Mm-hmm.
So another thing I wanted transit to be is if anyone else wants to start something like a transit, or if anyone else needs help printing shirts, even if they just want a cool t-shirt for their local scene, you can message us and we'll just do it for you. If you want one shirt, we'll print you one shirt. If you want
Nice.
shirts, we'll print you 50 shirts. Like, it doesn't matter to us. We just want to help however we can. So we thought, transit would be its own thing. And on top of that, we can just like help facilitate other people that want to help build up rollerblading, put more product.
Oh, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
So
That's what I'm talking about.
So to start off, let's do
That's sick.
a Camino shirt, and I'll get you with either Stefan or Bailey, or we can talk which direction you want to go. I'll send you this camera out, a couple transit shirts as well.
All right. So we're gonna have
We'll
another
get it
meeting of
going.
this.
Huh?
Another. We're gonna have another call like this, and we're gonna go deep on this. I
We
think.
can
I
go.
love
We
it.
can do these calls all the time. I
All
want
right.
to be able to have.
Yes.
I don't like so Jump Street, for instance, which is my favorite.
Yeah.
Billy,
Very needed.
Hazard are the best, but they have. I don't think I've seen a one with repeat guests, and clearly theirs is like the most top tier podcast. It's so well done.
It's fucking awesome. So happy for that
But for
happening.
us, for something like this, a quick one, like I feel like a call back, once a month or something, if not sooner, if you want to talk, or you just want to go like, hey, can we do a cast? Like, yeah, sure, I'm available.
Oh,
So,
sick. Hell yeah. Hell
like,
yeah.
the more that, like, why not? That doesn't have to stop at one. It can go as long as it.
Hell yeah. Cool. Cool.
There could be a part 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc.
Very sick. I
So
like
we'll do
it.
one. Yeah, I did one, or we're doing one now, and then I have one lined up with we were supposed to have one with Raina this morning, but Tori ended up not feeling well.
Mm.
Then we have one coming up with Mick Casals from Austin.
Yeah.
And then Eric Bailey I talked to last night. He's on one. So
Bales, dude, that's too.
We're gonna do.
That's it.
I'm
That's
still
really
figuring out my voice too. It's very new
Yeah.
to me to talk to someone and then put it on the internet for people to see. But
Yeah, no. Thanks for doing that. We need those things. We need those things. These things do nurture the culture.
Yeah.
That's something. What we're experiencing with skating in the last few years is that we actually having the opportunity of nurturing what truly skating is, and that's something that wasn't there in the past. So I'm stoked. Oh, sick, dude! I'm stoked. I'm really stoked.
There you go.
Can't wait to start playing with that thing and learn how to use it.
Oh, there you go.
Billions. Whoa.
We'll figure it out. I'll see. I might have like a handle too that I can send you. We'll see.
Oh yeah.
But man.
Thanks you. I appreciate it.
No, dude. Of course. Anytime. Let me see what else I got here. So it's clear and obvious that you have a value / hunger for opportunity when considering young athletes. How would you say your hunger has helped your own success in skating?
What? Sorry, man. One more time. What? How hungry? What? Repeat the question. Sorry.
Sorry, it might be a difficult one. So you
Yeah.
you put a lot of, we can see your hunger in promoting younger bladers.
I try. I mean, I should do a
Yeah.
better job on that, but
So how do
should
you
be
feel
everybody's job.
how do you feel
Actually,
that hunger has helped you in your own skating?
my own self with
Yeah.
when I skating.
Yeah.
Um, well, I don't know, man. I skate. I think I'm very selfish when I skate. I'm skate because it feels good for my mind.
As it should.
It always been the mission when I start skating. Skating basically is like oh my god. Growing up is like for me it was like a trip very trippy. Like
Yeah.
situations at home my dad just shoot his brains when I was a kid. Like the whole gnarliness started there, and then I found skate. And I was like, and I was able to get a pair of skates and get on it, and I was very problematic kid. And as a kid, I went to so many schools, like
Mhm.
a lot of schools. My mom, always fighting, always getting in gnarly trouble. And skating did help me with become the person, whoever person I am today is been thanks to for having skating.
Yeah.
Skating has been the good friend, the bad friend. That skating is like that dad that you really need to tell you some fucking reality shit right there. Like skating had brought me to like very happy places. Skating had brought me to like a very dark, sad moments. It have put me in places where like but skating has always been there, and the fun for skating has always been there. So it doesn't matter what good or bad happens, skating is always that thing, you
Mhm.
know. So I still to this day like I enjoy that shit. That shit is like my skating is always been like for my feelings, or
That's
or
what I
like
like to hear though. That's perfect. That's
yeah,
perfect.
and yeah, I do have social media and I post videos or whatever. But what I do there is my subconscious. Sometimes I think about it because sometimes I'm like, oh fuck social media, fuck, stuff. But then it's like it, I need to accept that I like sharing skating with my friends because nowadays I skate more often with friends and people. But I grew up skating and I spent a lot of years of my life by myself,
Mhm.
alone skating, and I realized how much my other friends that I don't get to see a lot often when they see my skating clips. I skate for them so I can share them with all my friends.
Yeah.
Like my so it's like having them there, So it's like a share. They get happy and we laugh about it and make jokes and we see skating and I see how much we nurture each other's with like just sharing skating. So like yeah, like I'm all about just like really wanna see people be able to like skate for how good it does for your mind and soul, like that. And then obviously my other part really is all about like I love when I see those kids. They're like fucking hungry and they want to fucking go get some, and like go get good at this shit. I like that shit too. Like yeah,
No, I hear
like I
that.
love that shit too. So it's like both things. Like I don't know. So yeah, I don't
So
know how.
what do you do outside of skating to support yourself and your mental health?
How to do outside skating maybe so support one more time. Let's listen to the questions more
No,
careful.
no, no,
Sorry,
that's okay.
Peter.
What do you do outside of skating to
Uh-huh.
promote your mental health, like to keep yourself busy? Like what are your other hobbies? What else do you enjoy?
Um, oof, I do love like I have to accept that I really enjoy silence since I'm
Mhm.
a little kid. So as an adult, I do like I enjoy like go in silence sometimes and just go in a mountain and just be quiet. Try to quiet, not quiet my mind completely, but like really, like I think the introspection, and do retrospection, and that's my main hobby. I think like I do that a lot. I like it, and also I think I believe it does help me sometimes.
Yeah.
So that I do that, and yeah, outside skating I do that, and yeah, and hanging out with my girlfriend that she loves skating. So that's it.
It's a good mix. It's a good mix.
And like like it, and yeah, I just try to stay like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a fanatic of like Krishnamurti and meditations and all these things.
Mhm.
So I'm all about like,
Very good.
and
No, that's good.
yeah, yeah,
That's great. So let's do a couple just like easier fun questions and then we
yeah.
can wrap it up. So
Whatever.
my first easy question is, let's say someone gave you $500. What would you spend it on? The first thing you'd spend it on. You can spend it on anything for yourself or someone else. You can do anything.
If somebody, I
Excluding
put it,
bills. No bills. No
I,
bills, no rent, no anything. It's got to be for fun.
I will for fun. I mean, I will put it in my bank account and make sure I have enough to pay my phone bill and hopefully insurance soon.
Yeah, but this is no bills. Let's say your bills are paid. You get $500. It's just for fun. Just for fun.
Just for fun. Oh, save it to go to Winter Clash, I think, or just to
Okay.
go to Barcelona to see Mark and skate with Mark over there.
I think that totally counts. That goes towards fun. That
Yeah,
totally goes towards fun.
that is pretty fun.
And then let's go. Let's see here. Another good one. All right. So if you could skate with one let's say there's any sort of celebrity that you know of that you wish.
Celebrity,
Yeah. Let's say there's a celebrity and they
like
skated.
celebrity, or like celebrity, or like skating celebrity.
No, outside regular celebrity, but let's say they skated. Who would you want that celebrity to be that was good at skating that you could skate with?
A celebrity, but were you talking about like an artist or something? Like
Yeah,
for
like
me,
let's say there's like an artist or a movie star, and you could like have them be good at skating and just come skate with you one day. Who would it be?
I don't know. I would like to skate with Tom Fry, but he's not a celebrity anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
A celebrity that used to skate. I don't know. I mean, all my homies, every homie, I treat them like a celebrity. I don't know. Anybody.
No,
I
I
don't
hear
know.
that. I'm talking more like let's say you wanted to skate with a celebrity that was ended up
Uh-huh.
being good at skating. So let's say like you like Matthew McConaughey or Tom Hanks or whoever it is now, and
Yeah.
they want to skate for a day. Who would you have come skate with you for a day?
I don't know. That's a really hard question. Although I have a story about that stuff. I remember one time flying to do this job in a movie. Remember you saw Alita, the Alita movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they flew me to do this test on some stuff before the film and everything. And when I flew back, they fly me in fucking first class, which is crazy. I'm like broke as fuck, but they throw me in first class. Anyway, I sit in the fucking airplane, sorry. And and I'm sitting there, and then out of nowhere I see Lars Ulrich, the drummer of Metallica.
Yeah, Lars.
So he boom sit right there. And I'm like, nobody know who is he. There's a bunch of old people, like very rich people on the side of the airplane. And I look at each other, and so we start talking and blah. And one of the most craziest thing that he said, he asked me like, "What are you doing here?" Because he knew that I was the unbelonging fucking first class. So he's like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, nah, man, I was just doing some shit about skating, rollerblading stuff. I was just doing some stuff for, some round. And he looked at me very serious and he said, don't ever, you like skating, huh? And he told me like, if you don't ever say the word shit or something with no like disrespecting what you love ever next to don't ever use the word shit next to something that you love. Because if I did that when I was younger, I would not be in fucking first class, and Metallica would not be Metallica.
Yeah.
So every time you talk about skating, never put the word shit next to it. Be proud of it. And I was like, whoa, that was fucking wild. And we continued talking. It was the coolest. Like, a guy is weird. A lot of people say it's really weird, but I had the most genuine talks with this guy.
Yeah.
And we talk about music, and I'm a fan of Metallica since 1987, so it was really sick. So we talk about like Cliff Burton, we talk about a bunch of shit. It was a really sickest conversation, but that was the most coolest part, like seeing somebody like be like, no, always be proud
Yeah.
of your what you do, you know, and it makes sense because I think that's something that a lot of rollerbladers need to understand, that you need to be fucking proud of this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I
if
totally agree.
people say, "Oh, like rollerblading is not doing good because people out there like hate it." No, dude, rollerblading is depending on all of us to be proud of this shit.
I think
Who
people are
cares?
really stoked on rollerblading right now.
It is now, bro.
We were big wheeling this morning when I messaged you and I said, sorry, I was at the park. We
Yeah,
were big wheeling around this park here, not too far from
yeah,
here. And there's so many rollerbladers skating around.
yeah, yeah,
So many.
yeah.
Where I feel
It,
like there's more, I see more people on rollerblades than I do on bicycles now.
yeah. But
Crazy.
10 years ago, people were like, insecure and weird, like, yeah. But now you can see, like, that's why skating is so sick right now, because people is fucking stoked about this shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And in the past, it didn't really happen, but now it's like we're going back to this place where it's like, you know. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah. I had a cool conversation with Lars Ulrich.
Yeah. All right, let's just do a couple top threes and we'll call it. So what are your top three skate sections?
Top three favorite skate sessions.
Yeah, that you like watching.
Oh my god, I watched so many shit. I don't know.
You gotta have a top three. Top three?
Top three. No, that's not top three for me. I mean, I go on trips, dude. Like, sometimes I could be watching for months just videos from like 1992 to 1995.
Yeah.
Then a couple months later, I'm watching like the latest stuff. Then I'm watching like the early 2000s. Then I'm watching like, so I don't. Skating for me is like music. So I can hear like
Get all of it.
yeah. So yeah, it's like it's music. I go to YouTube and just it's like a playlist. Like listening to the records, you just plug it in there and you just listen. So I don't have say favorite people sessions. I think everybody fucking read something really sick. And it's like music, dude. People put their work, you know, people put work on that stuff, just like
Yeah.
art. Like people put work and they put a session. And I think I admire everybody that have video parts. I don't have video parts. I think I have one straight wiser video. It was just randomly thanks to Daffy.
Yeah.
But I admire people that go out there and just like hammer a session down. Like, okay, they do. You can see who's professional, man. Like when they go out there and they just like, all right, it's go time. Let's clip this thing up. Like let's make clips. Like from 0 to 100, they go like bang. Like I seen people like, dude, that's an art himself. Like John. Like we were in UK not a while ago with the entire team. Rainy day in London, like things are not making sense. There's no like the spots are not happening, and we're kind of like I don't know where we see something in the corner. The first guy up there, boom, this 40-plus-year-old fucking handle shit. We even haven't put our skates on, and he's up there like, and I was like, yep, that's how you fucking do this shit. Like, don't you know you're a professional? Like, that is an art in itself. So I admire everybody that ever pull a session.
Okay.
You know, that's
So let's
a
do
video
all right.
part.
We'll do one more. We'll do one last one. Let's go. Do you have a top three for just your favorite looking skates or skates that you've tried throughout the years?
The 909, baby. The skates
909.
are the fucking best. Get
All right.
ready.
We'll set that as number one. We'll set that as number one. What's your two and three from all the years?
From all the years.
All the years. Could be like box cars, could be thrones, could be
Wow, box
like,
cars. Those are lovely. I remember those ones.
Yeah. Just like aesthetically.
I used to love when the Majestic 12 came out. I was not really stoked on the plastic of the M12, the gray ones.
Yeah.
But I love the frame. So I never have a pair of Fifth Elements. I used to have a pair of Tarmacs, and I take the frame off. And Team Paradise used to sell just the chassis, the frame of the Majestic 12s back then. So I used to buy the frame and connect it to my skate. This is like way pre-UFS time. So I used to have tarmac skates as a different shell, less narrow, more wider, and the same shell, just a little different plastic and wider. And it was all black too, because I remember the Majestic prototype originally was black, and when they came out to sell, it was gray, and I was really bummed.
Yeah.
So that was my favorite skate back then, like a rollerblade with Majestic 12.
That's sick. I used to have the. Do you remember the baby blue 50/50 Fabiola da Silva frame?
Yeah, of course I remember that. That's sick.
That was fun. Yeah, I remember like the two distinct things I remember having are those frames, and then I had the USD Cyrus with the graffiti cuff, Kevin Gillen's pro model.
Yeah.
That was a good time. And I got those because the team thrones were sold out. That's the only one they had my size. I went to go to the skate shop, so I just got one. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I had USDs one. I remember, and I used to wear only the Adiel Colbert cuff because it's out of Puerto Rico and his name.
Yeah.
So I used to have my USDs, and I used to put his cuff. I used to have the Albert Huey and put Adiel's cuff. The other one, put Adiel. Yeah, but I don't have favorite skates, man. I think like I'm really happy with how the 909s feels right now. It's a trip. Like with the normal liner is amazing, but then with the division liner is a trip. And how it respond, the size, the comfortability, like yeah, dude, I'm really stoked. Like it
Are
looks
those still
great,
on time
simple.
to release in the US, or is there issues now
Yes,
with the release
yeah,
date?
there was some issues back and forth and stuff, but the last thing I heard from John that is they're happening, so they're on their way.
Perfect.
So it's coming soon, and people's gonna be really stoked about that skate.
Oh yeah, people are excited.
Yeah.
People are talking about it.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, 100% owned by a blader, dude. This is like really sick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
They're amazing. They're amazing.
Right on, man. Well, let's. I'm gonna let you do your thing with your lady.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining me so much, and I'll have this posted sometime soon. But let's talk outside of this. Let's get a shirt going and talk more.
Sure. And thank you, man. Thanks for the camera. Thanks for your time. And we keep in touch, man. And I'm really excited that you start transit. I think those things are important. And I like that people like you are like jumping on things and not being afraid and trying to make the miracle happen instead of sitting down talking about it.
Website will launch Wednesday.
Oh yeah. All right. I'll be there waiting for that moment. Stoked.
Yeah. I'm very nervous, but we're launching at the worst possible time, but that's okay.
It happens.
We figured we're gonna do it anyways. Doesn't matter. We don't care. We're gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, things will be good, and we need positive things and being stoked, and like to stay happy in the eye of the storm, and be able to like be stoked about it because things are gonna be good, man. It's up to be in good state of mind and be responsible and be,
I agree.
Holding on tight.
We'll figure it out. All right, man. I'll talk to you later, Miguel. Let's link up outside of this, and then we'll, once we get some stuff going, let's have another meeting.
Thank you. I appreciate it a lot, man.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good one, man.
All right, you too, man. Thank you.